I'm a full-time student and a part-time content creator, and I read at least 10 books per month, give or take a few. And I obviously, as mentioned, create content on YouTube and Instagram. So I need a system in place to keep track of all these things that I'm doing, and so that my semester and my sanity doesn't fall apart. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Monal. Today I'll be sharing my system with you guys on how I keep track of reading and like content creation and everything, as well as keep track of my student life. There are basically three main things that I use to keep track of everything in my life. First up, let's start with me tracking my reading. I use Goodreads for reading. Goodreads obviously is a well-known reading app. I use Goodreads specifically for my detailed reviews. Goodreads is a lot more simplified, so it's just very easy to check a book that I've read and then give out my whole detailed review, and it's honestly what I refer to when I'm recommending books. I also use Goodreads to keep track of like arcs. I have a separate folder for all the arcs I've received. I also have an entire Kindle Unlimited folder if you guys are interested in checking out. So that folder obviously has all the books that come under the KU catalog, specifically India, because there are some books that might be available on KU in US but are not available in India. So the ones in that list are specific to India. So if you are an Indian student on a budget and need some really good romance and murder mystery recommendations, do definitely check out my Goodreads account. Link is going to be in the description as always. Thank me later once you go through the list. Secondly, we have Fable. Now, Fable is what I use to keep track of reading, like reading as a habit. On Fable, obviously, they have the whole feature where you can, check every day that you read, and it has like reading streaks. And also, Fable is a lot more like fun, I guess, because it gives you your reading aura. I also, to be honest, I use Fable for my reading stats, just to see like what genres are the most I'm reading, and also to help me figure out how I can diversify in the coming year. For example, this year obviously I read a lot of romance because I've been busy with school, and romance is one of the easiest genres to get into. But I've also kind of started deciding that I need to diversify and slowly read other books that are not romance, like fantasy. The Fable stats kind of helped me see that. And now the third and final thing, this is what is the main part of this video. Like, this is what I genuinely use to keep track of everything, and that is my bullet journal. Now, I know that bullet journal has kind of slowly started losing its popularity or whatever, but I remember like 7-8 years ago it was like so famous. And this is just a random diary that my dad got at an event that I use as a bullet journal. It has grid pages. My bullet journal system is pretty bare bones. If you are looking for anything fancy, you're not gonna find that here. It's honestly something easy that I just whipped up in like 2 hours or something, and I created my entire setup for 2026. I have my semester overview where I have like all the 5 months of my semester, so I can keep track of like my assignments and everything. Then I have my 2026 goals and bucket list page. Obviously, again, very simple goals. I haven't written anything yet. I should fill that out. Bucket list, as you can see, I've already started filling it out. Then I have this self-care kind of list called Becoming That Girl. Very dumb title, but whatever. And here it just has a list of things that I want to do as a soon to be turning 20-year-old girl, woman. So yeah, it just has random things on there that I want to do for myself. Then I have a list of YouTube videos and Instagram content ideas. I have a separate document on Google Docs where I do keep track of all these like content creation ideas. But I also thought I would make a spread in my journal, because sometimes, randomly an idea will pop up when I'm outside. If I don't have my laptop with me, I can't really type out the idea, so I can just dump it here. Then next page, in order to keep up with my goal of diversifying when it comes to genres, I made a genre tracker and I put up three main genres that I want to focus on going into 2026. One is fantasy, like romantasy, fantasy, whatever. That's one genre I want to read in 2026. I also want to read more thrillers. I genuinely enjoy that genre, but I just don't read it often, because I feel like when you're reading thrillers, you need to like give all your mental energy to it. That's one more genre. And then finally I have dark romance. Again, dark romance is also not a genre that I gravitate towards. I mostly read rom-coms and like more happier, more realistic books. There are three genres that I want to explore going into 2026. And then I also have a reading resolutions paid section, or whatever you want to call it. I did this in 2025 and I actually enjoyed it. Like, you can put like a bunch of reading challenges for yourself that you want to accomplish. For example, read a book with a pink cover, or read a book with a senior citizen as an MMC or FMC, examples like that. So I'm gonna fill this out. You'll probably get to see it on my Instagram. This is like a really fun spread, I think. Then I have my 5-star reads tracker and my arc tracker. 5-star reads tracker because I will inevitably make a video in next year talking about all the books I rated 5 stars. And since I usually have that list on my phone on Goodreads, it's hard to refer to it because I am filming on my phone. So this is just gonna make it easier for me to refer to. And then arcs tracker, again, pretty self-explanatory. It's all the arcs I'm gonna be reading, and it's just a way to help me keep track of when they're releasing, so that I know when to officially post my reviews online. It has like columns: name of the book, author, the PR agency that sent me the arc, then the release date, and my official rating for the book. And then finally I have my January spreads. I told you guys that this is like very, very simple. I'm not trying to decorate or anything. It's just plain. I immediately started with my January habits and mood tracker spread. Again, I haven't filled out the habits or anything yet, but here I have the dates and then obviously habits. Then this middle one is going to be the sleep tracker, and then the last one is going to be the mood tracker. So I'll just put it, and then the mood tracker is probably gonna be like a line graph. Cross out each box as and when I complete that particular habit. And then finally, the last thing I have on here is the weekly spread. Now January starts on a Thursday. I'll only have 1 to 3rd as the first week, so which is why this first spread is only covering January 1st through the 3rd. I have basically the first 3 boxes for those 3 days. Then I have a box for YouTube. Then we have Instagram, TBR, and then here there's a box called tasks. In case if I run out of space in any of the above boxes, I can just put that stuff here. And then I finally have a box for next week. Uni is going to start the week after this, so that's it for my whole system. If you are kind of wanting to adapt to the same system, you don't have to do it exactly like me. To be honest, the best system is the one that actually works for you. So try and figure out if you are comfortable tracking pen on paper, or if you want to do it digitally through apps. I just wanted to give you a glimpse into how I do it. Not that I'm urging you guys to do it like me. Comment down below if you are more of a digital tracker person, or do you prefer doing it on pen and paper. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.